This episode of Let's Take This Outside is being underwritten by the Ashland Outdoor Store, providing sales and service to the Rogue Valley for over 20 years, located at 37 North 3rd Street in Ashland.
Greetings, trail people. Jim Falkenstein here from AshlandTrails.com with another episode of Let's Take This Outside, where we take you on a video tour of a local trail and we try to drop some knowledge on you that maybe the man doesn't want you to know. This week's trail is going to be the Toothpick Trail. Take a look at that. Oh, there it is, the Toothpick Trail. All right, didn't know that this trail was part of the famous Underground Railroad.
Why would you think that, Jim?
Well, at the end of the trail, it goes underground, Alex.
Do you even know what the Underground Railroad was?
Alex, I know that it wasn't really a railroad, Alex. That was just an expression. They called it a railroad, but it wasn't a railroad, so I know that.
I mean, at least you got that little part of it right.
And I know it was a secret trail that slaves used to escape the South, so.
Yeah, still kind of right.
Right, and slaves hated the South so much that they came all the way to Oregon. They all came up here to Oregon.
That's not really how it worked. There wasn't really a branch.
No, if you look at the map of Toothpick Trail, you'll see it ends magically at one point, and that's where it goes underground to the south.
Yeah, I think that's not true.
I know it's underground. What part of Underground Railroad are you not getting?
It doesn't make any sense, Jim.
Connects to Alabama. You know what, Alex? You're not getting this, so we are going to have to take this outside. Traveling music, please. Oh yeah, like this. And like that. And come with me. Whew. All right, Alex. In order to solve this problem, I brought an expert who knows more than both of us about the Toothpick Trail from the Ashland Outdoor Store, Mike Reinert. Mikey Reinert.
Hey, Jim.
Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well.
Thanks for coming. You know, as always, you're gonna have to prove how much of an expert you are.
Oh no.
I know. When was the last time you were on the Toothpick Trail?
I believe that was last fall.
Last fall.
Yep.
All right, not a strong expert, but semi-experienced expert. I'll give you that.
I've been up and down that one a bunch over the years.
Oh, so okay. How old were you when you were on it for the first time?
Ooh, good question. I was probably 28.
28. Okay, so old enough to have grasped where you were. Like if you were 6, you would have forgotten where you were.
I may have, yes.
And you confuse it with other things. But 28, do you remember, have you ever taken anyone on a date on the trail? Like using the trail as kind of like a, hey, do you want to see a movie? Or Toothpick Trail?
No, we used it mostly to mountain bike, and then a couple times I have just hiked it, just wanting to see the woods, and it's a real pleasant hike.
It is. I would say I never took anyone on a date because I'm married and my wife doesn't like me to date.
Yeah, careful with that.
But it seems like that'd be a good place to take someone on a hike for a date.
Yeah, 'cause it's super short, it's real mellow.
Right.
It's very curvy, that's what I really like about it.
Yeah, about that's a good date right there, a curvy one. Those are the best dates. All right, I always thought night hiking would be something I would do. Have you ever night hiked?
I don't know. So the one time I've been stuck on the Toothpick Trail at night is we were mountain biking, and we just got a little bit late start, and the climb took a little longer to get up to Four Corners, and so we were racing down Toothpick with our headlamps.
Oh.
By the seat of our pants, literally. It was actually kind of freaky, so I don't recommend that for the faint of heart.
It wasn't an adrenaline rush where you got to get it again.
It was an adrenaline rush that I don't want to repeat that.
Did not want to do it again.
No.
Oh man.
Hairpin turns, pitch black. And there's some steep sections, so like where the trail is, it's really nice and level, but just a little bit to the side, and you're looking at a pretty nice, fun tumble through the woods.
So you knew ahead of time, if you got off trail a little bit, you'd just be dead. You'd fall into a blackness that would never.
I hope I would survive, but it wouldn't be pleasant.
You may fall all the way to Alabama because that might be where the trail connects to.
The Underground Railroad.
Maybe it's possible. We'll get into that later. Let's try to solve that. All right, have you ever been hiking and been run over by a mountain biker, or been mountain biking and run over a hiker?
Well, I thankfully like to think that I'm really cautious and polite on the trail, so I haven't thankfully run into anybody on the trail, like literally run into. I've startled a couple, but I was going pretty slow, so I think they were just surprised to see a bike. But yeah, you want to be very careful. There are mountain bikers on that trail, and not all of them wear bells, not all of them make a lot of noise.
That is a good combo, walking, biking, and that's where the catwalk comes in, and right there, all of a sudden, ooh.
Yeah, and Toothpick is kind of fun to ride fast, so people can.
Yeah, because it's nice and smooth and it's curvy, and we all like curves.
Yeah,
all of us.
If
I
there
think
are
we all
good
do.
trail conditions in the watershed, Toothpick is going to be one of the best.
Yeah.
Because the trail gets really tacky. It's got that nice consistent decomposing granite.
Right. It is. It's all good. Now, but part of that trail is not on a map
Correct.
because it's goes into private land, and it's still a trail. You can still go on it
Just for a bit.
a little bit, but it will never be on a map. It will be on my map at ashlandtrails.com, but it's not going to be on any city map because they just don't. They're not
gonna
supposed
publish it.
say it's theirs.
Yeah.
But does that make it a legal trail or an illegal trail?
I think so. The way the laws are written in Oregon, any private landowner can allow people to recreate on their land, and they can't be held liable for anything that goes wrong. So Oregon does protect landowners from lawsuits from people who access their land that they're allowed to.
Right.
So I mean, they can choose to restrict access, but if they don't put a sign up or something, and you hurt yourself, you can't actually hold them.
That would be the
liable.
biggest worry of any landowner. It'd be like, I mean, I guess people can ride through my property, but if they're jerks or knuckleheads or goofballs or what were the words we were trying to come up with? So not to say idiot, maybe idiots, then it's not my fault that they fall and hurt themselves and they can't sue me. I would be, I guess, if I owned a.
There are parts of the Pacific Crest Trail in southern Oregon, right out by Pilot Rock, that actually have easements across private land. And so there's a little sign and there's a little gate and a nice polite sign asking people to stay on the trail. This is private property, no overnight camping here, but you're.
Right. Oh, you know what? This might be a good time. I'm just getting the word. We're running out of time. Let's watch the trail.
Oh yeah, this
Let's
is my
see a
favorite
video
part.
of the trail, and
I
you and
love
I will
this
talk
part.
about how it is. If Alex puts up the video of the Toothpick Trail, we'll watch it together, and then Mike and I are going to go, hey, this is what that's all about. So let's try and watch it. Okay, here's the beginning of the Toothpick Trail.
Yep.
How's my wife? She's just walking along.
Yeah, it's so pretty up in there.
Now this is before, that's the start of the trail, off of Tolman Creek Road. You see a bunch of blackberry-ish bushes.
Yep.
And, from Ashland Plaza, you'll head south out of town on Siskiyou towards the university. And you go past Ashland Street, you turn right on Tolman Creek Road, which goes up, past some gravel pit, and then past some hippie yurts. And then you swoop around a little bit, and you're still on pavement. I think it's all pavement all the way up there,
For the most, yeah.
right to where it stops. And it's this little pullover here. And this is their parking. You got a little parking on the right, a little bit. You just kind of pull off.
Yep.
And it's never that crowded.
Yeah, it's a really pleasant spot. It's usually really cool, even in the late afternoons on hot summers.
It is.
Because
And my favorite thing,
very moist.
since it's private property, they made their own signs.
Yeah, just
And-
right there, and then
There's a couple of them, and they're awesome. Because, I'm hoping their children made the signs, but maybe the adults made the signs.
well, I'm just really happy they let people access the trail.
Oh, absolutely. They're basically worried
That's
about.
really awesome.
From the signs I got, they're mostly worried about dog poop.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
seems to be. their
as
biggest-
anybody should be.
I'm not a fan of dog poop. Dogs don't even like dog poop. That's why they poop it out. They're not fans. See, there you go. There's one of their homemade dog poop signs.
Bring your own bag. That's awesome.
And they have a chicken. If you're lucky, you get Pecky the chicken is there. I don't know. I don't think that's every time, but last time when I had my camera.
so that's the little private property section there.
Yeah, this is the private property section.
And then
It's pretty steep, a little steep. There's a bench.
there's a runner.
And then there's the gate.
Yep. This is where it gets good.
Yeah, I think this is the end of the private property. And then it goes up to where it hits catwalk.
This part's okay.
It was okay. This is, they trimmed it in the
That's
spring.
right. Yeah, the Forest Resiliency Project. They've done a lot of work up there, so the watershed's looking really nice now.
I'm going to not say it's all really nice. Some of it's a little more trimmed than.
It's nicer than it was.
I'm sure the forests are healthy and happy, but it's less.
Here we go. This is
shaded.
my favorite part. I love this part.
This is where Catwalk hits Toothpick, and I'm saying, look out for the mountain bikers.
And then.
But see, this is just how much they trimmed. They trimmed a lot. I'm just saying, you lost a little bit of shade they used to have on Toothpick.
I've seen wild turkeys in there
Oh yeah?
hiking along. Yeah, I was.
Can you take a wild turkey? Is that illegal?
With a permit, yeah, with an appropriate license.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Can you get capture them? That's
You may need to check the watershed because if you're actually in the watershed, no. But if you get outside the watershed, further up the hill into the national forest, then you can.
Oh. All right, now this is where you're about to hit the Lamb Saddle, where it hits the main 2060. So you're coming out, and they've thinned this a lot.
Yeah, this is the part where I'm most impressed with the work they've done up there.
They have they chopped down a bunch of trees.
Here you go. That's a real fun section.
This is right where it's about to dump on to the Ashland Loop Road, and here it comes. I think I might have put too much drone footage in. I was excited about my drone. Kept putting more pictures of drone stuff.
Oh yeah, there's the road.
And that's the road that goes up to Four Corners and Mount Ashland.
Yep.
And then there's the info signs.
And then landmine's right over there, right?
The Lamb Mine, that's a good point. So this is coming down Ashland Loop Road, which continues straight all the way down to White Rabbit.
Yep, exactly.
And then to the left there, that's it goes up.
So that would be the Caterpillar?
Yeah, that's it. That's the Caterpillar. That's a good mountain bikey continuation, right?
Yeah, Caterpillar goes uphill a little bit.
Right. And so okay, so this is the map showing you've hit the purple dot right there. That's the beginning of the Lamb Mine Trail. That's what I was trying to show there. And that was, like you said before, it was right there.
And that's hiker only. You're not technically allowed to take
and it
a
dead
bike
ends. So you know.
It's mostly there so you can see the reservoir, because not very many people realize that the Reeder Reservoir is actually quite big and has
just
an
below there.
impressive.
And then
oh, here's your Underground Railroad.
This is it. Goes right to Alabama.
I had
Possibly.
no idea.
Or nobody knows because bears eat you like 10 feet in. So
Did you go in the cave?
Oh yeah. You can go in like 50 feet. That's the inside of the cave. It's all wet. And,
I've never done that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Neat.
It just keeps. It went far enough that I stopped and I turned around.
Gotcha.
But like it's a little messy right there at the beginning.
A headlamp could have been useful.
Oh.
Headlamp could have been very useful.
I don't know how far you go in there before you find Alabama. But
I imagine you got to go quite a ways.
I would imagine. But that's it. I mean, then you can continue past the mine
Yes.
on that trail, and it just kind of peters out there.
Yep.
And that's kind of the end. Then you turn around and go back.
Yeah, for the hiking aspect, that's pretty much it. So it's not super long. It's really great if you have just a few minutes, like a half hour, 45 minutes. You want to get out, get a nice little stroll.
Probably like a 3-minute total out and back. 3 hour. Or 3 out. Wait, what's the word I'm looking for? Miles.
3 miles.
3 miles out and back. That's the word.
Mile and a half.
I gotta read my notes.
What, you have notes?
All right. Now, did you know there's a secret trail that goes right next to the Landmine Trail and goes down to the East Fork of Ashland Creek?
Really? Now that I did not know.
It is completely not for the public to use.
Oh.
But there isn't a gate or anything on it.
Maybe the deer use it.
Well, there's a lot of big fat deer that are using it because that's a pretty good trail. So, just saying, you can explore. Explore as much as you want to, and you can find magical things over there.
I have to admit, I like scrambling up Lithia Creek. That's a fun one. Starting down in the park and then just scrambling up, seeing how far I can get.
Going up. Wait, don't you run into the Reeder Reservoir and then they yell at you and they?
No, you run into the silt pond, so you do want to go around the swimming hole there at the top.
Yeah. Silt pond. Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
Swimming.
It's
silt pond.
It's a silt pond for the Reeder Reservoir, so that collects all the silt, so we don't fill up Ashland Creek with a bunch of silt.
Oh, I just thought it was the old reservoir that they decided was gross, so they built a new one that was less gross.
Sure.
Okay. I know it's where bacteria collects in the late summer, and you're not supposed to swim there.
Yes.
Or drink it.
Yeah, that's not
reason.
recommended.
Right. Let's say you should bring your own water, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, there's no water up there.
And you shouldn't drink the creek water.
Not unless you have a filter.
So that, you had a filter?
Yeah, you
like at the Ashland Outdoor Store, you could probably
you can get like a little handheld pocket jobby.
And then you could go, could you drink Ashland Creek water with a filter?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, just regular microfilters go all the way down to bacteria. So
So you could just take your bacteria straw, stick it into the silt pond,
yep,
and drink right out of it.
if you wanted to,
Wow.
but definitely you want to filter first.
But if you brought your own water, would you bring probably like a gallon,
no, you probably wouldn't need more than a liter or two.
liter or two?
And if you wanted to be safe, because you were with one other person that doesn't have a lot of water, you might bring 3.
How many?
But that's going to be overkill.
How many ounces is a liter?
100. Oh, sorry.
Milliliter.
1 liter is 34 ounces, 32 ounces.
All right. European stuff. This whole liter thing. I never can figure out how much water to bring anywhere. But if I just buy
It's a quart.
if I buy a magic straw from Ashland Outdoor Store, I can just drink any water I want. Is
Yep,
that
pretty
possible?
much.
All right. Okay. I'll have to go look for it. That's my gear tip of the week. Is get a magic straw from Ashland Outdoor Store.
We do have a
And you
new
could-
one out there, so yeah.
You have what?
There's a new filter that's pretty cool. You should check it out.
What does it do? Does it have like a
It's a little hand pump.
a hand pump?
Yeah.
Does it have like a little character on it, like a
No,
no zombie?
just a pre-filter.
Just but it's really cool.
It's really cool.
All
5
right.
ounces.
5 ounces. Oh, see, they didn't do that in. They didn't do that in.
All right, time to wrap it up, Jim.
Alex, thank you, Alex. I'm gonna. You know what? He's ruined the show again. Every time he breaks into our we get into a good conversation about filters and Johnny.
You know I can
Rafferty.
hear you, right? I can hear
Alex,
everything you're saying.
Alex, no. What I was saying, thank you, Mike, for coming from the Ashland Outdoor Store
Thanks,
and
Jim.
sharing your wisdom about the Toothpick Trail. And I'd also like to add, you can always go to ashlandtrails.com for all of your trail needs. And I think we should say that the Underground Railroad issue is officially unsettled, Alex. between us.
It's completely settled. It's in.
Well,
Mr.
I kind
Brooks
of appreciate
and-
you trying to
Yeah.
let me win. But I don't know. If you want me to, okay, I'm right.
Yeah, no,
conceding?
you're 100% wrong.
Well, I'm going to concede that I am 99% wrong, but that makes me a 1% chance that I'm right.
Absolutely not.
But then let's say I'm a huge underdog, like I'm 1% right and you're 99% right. And so, did you ever see the fight between Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson?
That's
Total
it. Cut his mic.
underdog.
Just cut him
Now,
off.
people love underdogs. So what I'm saying is that as the underdog, I'm more lovable than you, and so that means